Masala Radio.
Good Masala morning. It's 98.7 FM, and we're so very proud of our very own Judge KP George, who is the judge, who's a Fort Bend County judge, and he's the one that called for the shelter-in-place mandate. You know, if you guys remember, he was on the radio, and I believe so. Fort Bend County Judge KP George, in coordination with Fort Bend County mayors and the Fort Bend County Health and Human Services Director, issued a stay-at-home on 24th of March. And he was saying early on in the week when I had him, he was saying that he may extend it, he may not. The status of our county, how's the county doing, how are the hospitals doing, how's the number of cases here in our county. I'd love to hear from Judge KP George. Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
And you must be on the way. You are driving, and I want to congratulate you, and I want to commend you for the great job you do. You got to go to work. Everybody has to stay home safe, but you got to risk yourself, and you got to go to work. So thank you very much.
Absolutely. It's an honor to do that.
So, Judge, is April 3rd. I know, how is the situation in our county? If you can give us some update.
See, we have more testing coming as of now. I believe it is 200, little over 220, and I'm going to get that number soon. It is, I don't know, it is 220, 225, something like that. So I will get that number exactly. So each day it is going up, which is actually expected. Because we have more testing places available, and now there is 3 testing places, as we mentioned before, and we are working on more places to have. And so the more testing is done, when we do more tests, we are going to identify more people, that's what we need to do. We should have done it a long time ago.
Yeah.
But the non-availability of the PPE, personal protective equipment, and also testing kits, so we were not able to perform
to our fullest. We want to perform to our fullest, but not having the equipment and not having the test does limit our performance.
Correct. But now it is getting a little bit better, so that means that's the reason why our numbers are going up, and that is clearly expected. And if you see 200, 300, 400, 500 in Fort Bend County, that's okay. But the thing about it is, at this point, also I want people to know that many of these cases are community spread. Okay, it happened here. And Missouri City Council member Jeffrey Boney, he's in the hospital. I don't know, he got released, but he was in the hospital last week and all, and he didn't go anywhere. He got it from here, right here.
I see.
So people need to be careful. People need to understand this is a real threat. It is right in the middle of us, and my job is to protect as many citizens as we can, and especially the most vulnerable, our seniors, the people who are sick, and all that stuff. But at the same time, I want people to know this. My cousin, my mom's sister's daughter who live in New York, her husband's brother, somebody I know very well. He's only 47 years old, passed away day before yesterday.
Oh my God! Oh no!
COVID. Yeah, and he was not any unhealthy or sick or anything. He passed away.
Was he part of the hospital staff? Was he?
No, he worked with the metro system there. The MTA, the subway.
Oh, I see. I see.
Yeah, we have no idea where he got it, and he was not. He didn't have any health conditions or anything.
Healthy guy.
So that means that tells us,
yeah.
This can affect anybody.
How long? How long from the point when he got it until he passed away?
I believe at least a couple of weeks.
Wow.
The most.
That fast.
Yeah.
And now I'm hearing cases of people living in their 40s and 30s. Yeah. Initially we thought we were invincible. We wouldn't get this. Only people over 60 and 70.
Yeah.
But now it's affecting everyone.
Everyone, and also the deterioration of health is very rapid. It is not like you're sick for a few months and then you die. No. The deterioration, and especially as we all know, it is affecting your lungs, and so the deterioration is so rapid. And the problem is they don't have enough bed. They don't have, and actually, we have been. I'm sure people are watching TV and all. My sister who worked in a hospital in New York and was telling me she could see from the window outside. There are refrigerated trucks coming in and putting the bodies in and taking it away because they don't have any mortuary or morgue or places enough available to put, because the number of deaths is substantially growing, and this is just unbelievable. But what is happening in New York, and we all should hope and pray, and do the best thing. Stay at home. If you don't need to go out, if that is not an emergency, please don't go out.
Should we all be wearing some sort of a mask now? Because I think we are all scared. Everybody feels like, it's and Louisiana, New Orleans, Louisiana, people coming from Louisiana. Is there no way to stop people from Louisiana coming to Houston?
I think there is a restriction. Governor Abbott put it at at the border, and I believe, and the issue is, again, an example of they did Mardi Gras anyway, and the people need to understand this is coming from contacts.
Yeah.
And this is coming from, interacting with other people, and that's how it gets spread. And, and this is unbelievable. U.S. is the number one hotspot in the world now, and an unbelievable level, and it is. I mean, I tell you, Sunil, the inaction from the top.
Yeah.
This, we are going to have spread. We are going to have, but this many deaths, and we haven't even seen. This is only a tip of the iceberg. This is mind-boggling. What is happening?
It's just a flu. Believe me, it's just a flu. It's just like a flu.
And I tell you another thing. There is something really happening here, and I don't know. This. We initially, our governor said, "I'm going to leave everything to the local jurisdiction. They will issue orders and all that stuff." Then he see that Harris County and all getting very strict about stay at home, and then he came out and issued a order 2 days ago or 3 days ago, where he exempted religious organization.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, and that is, in my opinion.
Why would somebody do that? Why would somebody make it? It's by contact. You cannot go to churches and mosques and mandirs and temples right now.
Yeah, and the reason is, I'm guessing. And the reason is probably the lobbies worked on him, and he just made that. So the problem is, we told all the churches and temples to stay away, and they listened. But now he came and created more problems.
Yeah.
Because anything we do, it's when governor says it is override whatever we are saying, and so. I encourage everybody to stay back and stay. If we are alive, we could pray later, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Stay alive first. Stay alive. Pray from your house. Pray in your house. Yeah. Kneel down wherever you are. If you're not able to stand, kneel down and pray. Pray in your house, in your homes, in solitude. You don't have to go to the mandir.
Yeah, because we all are religious people. We wanted to go to our mandirs and churches, and I go to church every week. But you know what? But the thing about it is, at this point, this is clearly proven in Italy and other places. Churches where the churches and anyone who mass congregate, that's the hotbed, and we are proven. We have proof of it, and I don't know some leaders why they do it, but anyway, our under that circumstances, with that exclusion, we are extending our stay at home till April 30th.
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
I see.
We did already signed it. We already signed it, but in compliance with what governor says.
You know, when you say in compliance means you are going to allow the religious organizations to meet?
I'm not allowing it, but I have no choice. I mean,
see.
if there's somebody, I'm not asking them to do. I'm not telling them it's okay to do it. But when governor says it, I cannot say anything otherwise.
You know,
does that make sense?
Yes. Even though when the president had said, "Hey, these are I think the quarantine should be," I know people in Fort Bend, people in Sugar Land, when they talk to me, and I get so many calls all throughout the day, they don't tell me what President Trump has said. They don't tell me what governor is saying. They ask me, what is KP George saying? Because we know that you are truly thinking for the future of our community.
Right, absolutely. We need our community to be healthy. And another thing, Sunil, I tell you this: we will prevail. There is no question in my mind. And, it is a tough time, and nobody said your life is always going to be a flat line with everything successful. And, there is challenges come. This is a trying time. This is a challenging time. And some people is going to get hit harder than the others. And we are together. And I will do everything possible. We are already talking to, Small Business Administration. Maybe we can hold some. I'm talking to the EDC and Chamber of Commerce, and so that we could bring some kind of a webinar or something like that to people to go out and apply. And they need to keep their eyes and ears open and go to SBA's website and see what kind of loans they can apply for. And even there are some banks are willing to loan you money if you have an established business. And so use those resources. Maybe by June we are going to be back 100% in that's what I'm hoping. And we could rebuild, and we have history of rebuilding in the past, and we will again do it. There is no question about it. And so it's just amazing how much we came this far. And it's interesting. Somebody sent me a order from 1918. You remember that Spanish?
Yeah. Oh, that was the one that gets compared. We are being compared now to something that happened in 1918.
Yeah. They said churches. They said everything. Need to be closed, and including churches was written specifically. And so
so we're not learning. What you're saying is that we're not learning from that
No.
pandemic in 1918. We haven't learned, and we might be making the same mistake. So what KP George is saying, so he signed this extension, and he had to follow what governor is saying. He signed it, but even though he signed it, he himself is on the radio saying, please, if you are going to church, if you're going to mandir, do not go. And he's encouraging mandirs and churches and places of religious organizations to keep the doors closed for your congregation, for your members, for your samaj. Keep the doors closed. That is a request from KP George.
That is, I can only ask, please.
I understand.
Because we cannot enforce anything. Yeah. I'm just saying, we could get together and congregate. Once we are back, I like to visit every temple and every mosque and as many churches as I can, and I will go and personally go visit with them, and let's celebrate at that time. But give us a little more room to work. One of the biggest problems we are facing, and when we are constantly in touch with our medical community, their concern is we are, if our cases goes up to few thousand, or let's 3, 4, 5,000, have enough places to put. There is not enough hospital beds. There is not enough anything, and so when we run into that situation, we are much more. We will regret for our action to
of course.
Congregate. Yeah.
The people that are, when that happens, when all your hospital beds get filled, then somebody in their 30s who could have been saved is now going to die.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that.
Sitting
and
outside,
you know,
sitting outside in the lobby, not getting any care, not getting a hospital bed, not getting the attention, because along with him, there are hundreds of other people, and that person could have been saved, but now is going to die and die alone.
And another thing about it, this is very thing is happening right now in New York. So don't think it cannot come here.
Yeah, we've seen videos of people that are with lobbies filled with people just waiting, and there's these beds out in the corridors.
Yeah. Did you see that?
Yeah.
And I'm talking to some medical, people from New York, and they're scared every single day.
And when that happens, your family members are not going to be allowed in that room or in the lobby.
Yeah.
Family members outside, you're going to be inside by yourself in the lobby. Yeah. And if you don't get the attention, you don't get a bed, you don't get a room, you might die alone.
Alone. And not only that, when I talked to my cousin sister, she said the saddest thing is I cannot even go and comfort my sister-in-law who just lost a husband.
Yeah.
Think about it. Yeah.
That is so sad.
In our Deshi community, our funerals and all, we get like 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 people get together. In this guy's case, they said they can only have 10 people attend the funeral.
Wow. So be careful, guys. This is a request from KP George. He's only requesting. He cannot mandate the whole religious part, and because it comes from Governor Abbott, he had to sign that. But he is on the radio telling everybody, mandirs, mosques, gurdwaras, churches, please do not keep your doors open right now for your community, for your congregation, for the people that follow you and come to you regularly, for their safety and their families and the entire community, our entire Fort Bend County at large. Yeah. Please keep the doors closed. So, Judge, are you saying that with this new extension until the end of April, you are saying that all individuals living in Fort Bend County to remain at their place of residence unless engaging in essential business?
That is exactly what it is, and I just want our citizens to know this. We are evaluating, we are looking at numbers and data on a regular basis. If we see there is a reason we can relax this earlier than April 30th, we will do that. And I wanted to assure you that. But point is, we are not there.
Right.
We are not even, 228 cases, and we are nowhere near our total number of cases here, and we are nowhere near flattening that curve. And let's just flatten the curve, and then when we clear, and we could congregate, we could get together, and all that stuff. But in order to do that, we need to be alive to do it. And so let's do this. And so stay tuned with our social media, and of course listen to Masala Radio. You're constantly updating thing, and our social media pages, Health and Human Services and Fort Bend County Emergency Management website, social media. We are pushing out information 100% accurate.
Yes.
But again, listen to and don't listen to all these WhatsApp messages.
Yeah.
Get information from a reliable source and react to or act based on what you're hearing from a reliable source. And let's be safe. And one thing, we are talking all the scary things, but I have no doubt in my mind we will prevail.
Yes, we will
once
survive.
We are over with this, and it's going to be maybe 3 months, 6 months from now, it's going to be a story.
It will be an amazing story. It'll be an amazing story, and I tell you, we will remember KP George was the one that was going to work in these tough times, going to work, facing this and being in the front lines and doing what's right for our community. Are you saying, Judge, are you also saying that restaurants may only provide takeout or delivery drive-through?
You see, the order is same. There is nothing changed.
Okay, I see. Order is same. Everything.
Only exception is because of Greg Abbott's order. The only change is we are not enforcing the congregations, the religious organizations.
I see. Okay.
But you said enough of that. Why we shouldn't congregate. Right. So.
And can you also add in your mandate? Please don't use WhatsApp. KP George says do not use WhatsApp. But you cannot use WhatsApp until April 30th.
Yeah, and what I'm telling you, this is what is happening. Deshis in general, they even got rid of their phone. They don't even want to use their phone anymore to call people. And some people telling me, I send you a WhatsApp message. And I said, I don't go on WhatsApp. I don't have time to do that.
Can you imagine? Yeah, this is, guys, this is, He is KP George. I'm sure every day he's got meetings. He's got a committee, just like President Trump should have a committee and should have people. When he said a couple of days ago, he said we are maintaining social distance, and in the background there were 6 people standing shoulder to shoulder behind him.
Yeah, see, one thing about it is another thing I wanted to share or a thought. India, as we all know, 1.324 billion people.
Yeah.
And obviously, U.S. got more people traveling, and all that. Others negative side of that is there. But a leader came out and made a decision to close down his country for 21 days. Even yesterday's number I saw, they're saying 2,039 cases.
Yeah.
I think that is what we were lacking, a central leadership.
Do you believe,
that is what we were.
Judge, do you believe that a month ago, or maybe even 6 weeks ago, if Trump had come out and said, listen, we're about to brace yourself, guys, we're about to witness something that we have not seen in 100 years, and for the protection of my country, I'm going to ask everybody, I'm going to shut this down. I'm going to ask everybody to be shut down for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Would this situation be different? Would it be any different right now?
Absolutely, it would have been different. Absolutely, I have no doubt. But don't think we are not going to get any cases here, because more of our people travel all over the world. So the cases would have been here. But listen, what is happening in New York and all, it is community spread. It is not because people came and they are not the only one getting sick.
Yeah.
I strongly believe, if we had taken this issue seriously, and if we shut down the country for 2-3 weeks or 2 weeks, this thing would have been much different. I strongly believe that. Yes.
Well, we can take that action now. It's not too late. We can take the action, and thankfully, Fort Bend County is not bracing the storm like some of the other counties across the U.S.
Yeah.
And so
it is.
So we've got that good news, and Judge KP George, Fort Bend County Judge, is saying that he has signed the mandate until the end of April. So let's all stay at home. Let's all follow the mandate. And we thank you for doing your job well, protecting us. And any other updates, this is your radio station. Please feel free to call in anytime. You be safe and make sure your family is safe and healthy, Judge.
Yeah. And also one thing, and I can only do so much. I want your help, your listeners, your followers, and the people who follow you, and so I want them to understand. I want their help to help them. Bottom line.
Judge, you make us proud. I appreciate all the work you do, and I know that you're doing this for me and my family and entire community at large.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm going to sign off now.
All right, Judge KP George, thank you so much. And so it's official. It has been extended here in Fort Bend County until the end of April, as we are until the end of April.
Masala.